SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Whether you're looking to start a career with no student loans or change careers to land one of the happiest jobs in the world, yep, that's construction, Build Mississippi can help. Visit buildmississippi.com to learn why a career in the trades deserves another look. Buildmississippi.com. Your future is waiting.
What's up, everybody? Glad to see you on this Tuesday night. You've got a ton of sports going on. You've got the NCAA tournament getting started. You've got the World Baseball Classic. In the top of the seventh right now, the American offense not doing anything good as of this moment. So pressure-packed few innings incoming. I should have put something up here or put it on this screen because I'm going to be turning my head a lot, just kind of doing this, checking on the game there. So with all that going on, if you're still here, also TGL, if that's your thing. I have a feeling that basically nobody here is into TGL, but maybe you are. I don't know, but I'm glad you're here nonetheless on this edition of the podcast. My name is Michael Borky. I always appreciate you being here tonight. Good injury news for Ole Miss baseball. We'll talk about that. Spring practice also has been set. We now have an answer on the spring game. There will be none, but I don't hate that for a lot of reasons, and we'll talk about that tonight on the show as well. I appreciate you being here. Also, you may notice that, oh no, there's a double down the line that's going to score a run. Oh, they called it foul? Oh, that's close. I'm sorry, guys. For those of you listening to the podcast, which there's a lot more of you than watching on YouTube, you guys don't want to hear like play-by-play commentary of a thing that happened last night for you. But, ooh, that was almost a ball game there from Perez. That was crazy. Anyway, but you may notice that there is no chirping. There's no chirping. I think I got it. I think I found it. So I started digging around, and I think I caught it. I threw it outside. It's probably not going to survive because it's too cold. But the chirping has stopped since I got rid of the damn cricket. So we're good on this Tuesday night. Again, glad that you guys are here. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Just search Rebel Report. And also right here on YouTube. I would appreciate you doing that as well. Also, Logan Smith, Shelter Insurance, brings you every edition of this very program. Auto, home, life, or business insurance. Auto, home, life, or business anywhere in Mississippi. He's got award-winning services, and he will take care of you. Give him a call. 601-823-3500. 601-823-3500. Even if you have coverage for auto, home, life, or business, it's still worth the phone call. He will take care of you. You'll get a quote, and trust me, it'll be a good one, and you'll want to switch, just like I'm doing with Logan Smith and Shelter Insurance. So we got the news earlier today. Asked Mike Bianco on the radio show. I didn't bring that interview to you because his answer was he is seeing the doctor as we speak. I've got no update for you, so I didn't feel like posting that for you guys on here because the update was a no update, but apparently they got some pretty good news. As part of the statement they released, they said, quote, Cade got an MRI yesterday and met with Dr. Luber, our team orthopedic. The MRI came back clean and showed mild inflammation in his shoulder. Cade will begin rehab and throwing today and will progress day by day. Now, day by day is not day to day. I had a couple of friends say, oh, he's day to day. Is he going to pitch this weekend? And my answer was, well, honestly, I have no idea if he's going to pitch this weekend or not. I don't know. But day by day is not day to day, right? At least that's the statement as I'm reading it. It says day by day. But regardless, the inflammation thing in a shoulder for a pitcher is still concerning. This is so much better than season ending. And that was a rumor going around that it was bad, like long-term bad. And this doesn't sound bad, but inflammation in the shoulder is not like oh, heck yeah, get him ready to go on Friday night, full steam ahead. He's all good. Again, I'm not the orthopedic, I'm not a doctor. I have seen inflammation and discomfort and stuff turn into a more long-term thing when a player came back maybe too soon or something like that. So I would not be surprised. Again, I'm just speaking, just speculating. That's all I'm doing here. We're just talkers around here. We're not anything other than that, really. But I would not be surprised if they take it really easy with him, especially this weekend. There's no reason to rush him back. It is a series that starts a day earlier as well. And so if it really is a day-by-day thing, if he is really basically good to go, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets at a minimum held out this weekend. But what great news this is for Ole Miss, because he's been awesome this year. Only 19 and 2/3 innings pitched. They have kept him on a pretty limited pitch count thus far this season, but only 12 hits in those almost 20 innings and just 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, a 32-7 strikeout to walk ratio, only 3 extra base hits out of those 12 as well. I mean, he's just been absolutely awesome. And so if this team is going to, get there and host a regional and be a team that makes noise in the postseason, they need a healthy Cade Townsend. I know pitching and the depth on the mound is the team's biggest strength. And so what do they do this weekend? Maybe it's Ray, but I don't know. We'll see. But this is the one position where they could afford some kind of injury like this, but I don't think that they could have reached that goal of playing into and hosting a regional if not for the health of Cade Townsend. So excellent news on the baseball front for Ole Miss. They also got a win last night. Nothing really noteworthy. It's a midweek game. They took care of business. Although the lineup construction was certainly fascinating. Federico leading off, Dom Decker being all the way down at the bottom of the lineup. You did not have Foley in the lineup tonight at all. I mean, if we're just being transparent, he has been awful this season. Is this a giving him a night off to get some rest or reset, or is this a gonna see if this works better type situation? But the bottom of this lineup for Ole Miss has just been horrendous, and they have got to find a way to be more productive 1 through 9. And if it's other guys, if it means that Foley is sitting, if it means Pano gets some at-bats, if he can't get in tonight, maybe he really is just not what they thought he would be at all. I don't know, but you look at the bottom of the lineup. Even Furness, who's just kind of been struggling lately, he goes 0 for 3 tonight. Randall was 0 for 2. He did walk twice. Topher Jones, who DH'd tonight. Again, that's a quote-unquote new face. Not a really new face, but he's not your everyday player. He was 0 for 3 tonight. Dom Decker, at the very bottom of your lineup, did have 1 hit. He was 1 for 4. Sermon's also 0 for 4. But he did have an RBI. It's just that the bottom of this lineup, regardless of who they're playing, has just been generally pretty darn bad. And it was tonight mixing it up just to kind of shake things up, or was this more of an indication of things to come for Mike Bianco this weekend against Kentucky? Well, we shall see. A very, very important series upcoming this weekend for this Ole Miss baseball team, though. You got to get to, right? You did the minimum of what you need to do just to stay alive, quote unquote, stay alive. And that was getting 1 in Austin. And they did that. And now there's going to be 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Played no doubles and it worked. Gosh, this American offense tonight has not been fun to watch, but you guys don't really care about that. But that's baseball. Good news. Very important series upcoming this weekend. We'll react to Thursday's game live right here, obviously, on Thursday night. So looking forward to doing that with you guys after the game late on Thursday night. On the football front, we'll do a spring practice quote unquote preview coming up a little bit later, because we are 10 days away from the start of spring practice. So we'll do all that stuff coming up a little bit later. Ole Miss, one of the last teams, I think the last team in the SEC to get started with spring practice, going a little bit later than usual. But what we learned, and this is really just a quick thought, and then we'll get to your comments and we'll get out of here so you guys can watch the end of this game. But again, we'll do the spring practice preview and all that stuff coming up later. But the end of it, Does not appear there's going to be a spring game in their release. They did not make reference to a spring game. They made reference to something else on Double Decker Saturday. We'll get to in a second. Personally, I'm a little bummed. I like spring games a lot. I've told you guys this before. It is one of those things that I think college football needs to find a way to bring back. It's just an opportunity for the fans to go to the town, to go to the stadium, especially the fans with lighter budgets that can't go to a home conference game because they don't have $600 to spare for their family of 3 to go to the football game. And also, I just like watching them. I know that's weird, but I like spring games, and I'm sad that they're going away. But there will be media viewing periods. You are going to get practice video, and there's going to be media availabilities and stuff like that. It's not going to be locked down like Fort Knox or anything like that. It's just going to be a pretty standard practice session, and you're going to get to hear interviews and stuff like that. My goal is to try to get up there for a few of them. Literally the only downside of working where I work is the physical location of where I work. Everything else is awesome. I work for great people. It's a great company, amazing platform. I'm very lucky to do what I do, and more specifically, who I do it for. But not being able to just be right there in town makes seeing practice a little bit more difficult. But the goal is to go to a few of them this spring and be able to give you firsthand accounts of what I saw at practice. So hopefully that happens. But most importantly to me is Saturday morning of Double Decker. There will be a Meet the Players Day. And you don't have to be a season ticket holder. You don't have to be a donor. You don't have to have some certain giving level. All you have to donate is your time. It is free to you. Player autographs, a Q&A with Pete Golding and other coaches, it said. And I want to give immense credit to whoever made this decision at Ole Miss to, even though you're not having a spring game, to open up your facility to your fans, especially because a day like that, again, you guys know this already, but this is something that I'm really passionate about. Is sports fans are having a harder and harder time connecting with their teams. It's harder to, maybe not necessarily if you're a fan of an SEC athletic department, but it's harder to find your team. It's more expensive. You have to have more streaming services and stuff like that. Cost of tickets are going up. Cost of merch is going up. And you have less and less access to the actual team themselves. And I was lucky enough to grow up going to all kinds of sporting events because we could. And I'm worried that my son's not going to grow up in a world where his dad can take him to as much as what my dad got to take me to because of cost and things like that. A Meet the Team Day that doesn't cost anything means that little Johnny, who loves his Rebs, and his dad, who works his tail off for his mom or his or her mom or whoever, guardian, grandparent, doesn't matter, who works their tail off but just can't bring them to the home games the way that they wish that they could, can drive into Oxford on a Saturday morning and take little Johnny or little Sally to meet their favorite player and give a little fist bump to Keywan Lacey. And then when Keywan Lacey scores a touchdown in the game on Saturday, that little boy or that little girl can point and say, "That's my buddy. I got to meet him. That's my buddy." And creating that opportunity for any fan that just can donate their time is an awesome thing. Because I'm telling you, the amount of people that go to those things that do not get to go to your stadium on Saturday, it is a large number. And that's a great thing. And it speaks a lot to me. Will Bowden, who I actually have his autograph on that thing right there. I'll never forget getting to meet him at a Meet the Team Day. And little 9-year-old me was just, every time he'd make a play, like I was laser focused on that guy. And Ole Miss is creating that exact situation for a lot of young fans. And it's awesome. And I'm glad that kind of day is coming back. And I'm glad you don't have to pay a dime to do that. So good on you, Ole Miss. I know I went on this soapbox on the radio show, but I'm very happy that there are people that are going to get to do that and meet their favorite players, because the kids in particular will connect with you more by a day like that than basically anything else that you do. So good on you. Very happy that is happening without any kind of price thing getting in the way. So very, very cool for Ole Miss. We'll read your comments after I tell you the podcast is brought to you in part by Priority One Bank. They make you their priority every single day with their online banking platform. You just need an internet connection. You can do whatever it is that you want to do with your money. Also, local loan servicing and decision-making. It's what they do. It's in the name at Priority One Bank. Switch and bank with me at Priority One Bank. Also, Advantage Business Systems, absms.com. Advantage Business Systems has you covered for all of your office technology needs. Don't forget to tell them that I sent you. Completely forgot the Kentucky series was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You have any change plans? No change plans at all. We'll stick with the regular schedule. However, I forgot that it was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series as well until earlier today. I hate these. I really hate these. Good to see you, Jeffrey. Glad you're here, man. Weird question. What's your favorite movie? That's not a weird question, especially when we get into the off season. Gosh, we're going to have some light content nights this summer. So we got to do what we can when we can. You know what I mean? The Lord of the Rings trilogy is, I guess that's a cop-out answer because that's not just one movie, but it's either Lord of the Rings or Top Gun. Those are my favorite movies for sure. I think Lord of the Rings, especially, I mean, decades later, visually, the costumes and the detail and the score and then the visuals for being as old as they are still visually more stunning, and the storytelling is better than anything that's being created today. I mean, truly better than anything that's being created today. So, yeah. And then Top Gun's just awesome. I mean, fighter jets, man. With Townsend available to play, is it fair right now to expect around a 500 record in conference play? That's kind of where I am, 14-16, something like that. It goes from this cold to near 90, Mike. This weekend is ridiculous. I mean, it snowed a little 2 days ago. A little. Like, it didn't stick at all, but on the way to school, snow was falling out of the sky. It absolutely was. And yeah, we've got mid-80s this weekend. It's going to be incredible. I need to hit the golf course is what I need to do this weekend. But yeah, man, that's Mississippi for you. We said it's them on Sunday, but they really need to take 2 this weekend. Is it too much to ask for 4-2 the next 2 weeks? How about 3-3? 5-4 would be much better than 4-5. I mean, I think you need to win at least 4 of these next 6 games on the weekend, right? Forget the midweeks for a second. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do that, you have to protect your home field. And I mean, these are good teams, really good teams. Mississippi State, I think, is good, and Kentucky's undefeated. But they are beatable. And if you are going to be a team that is a host at Swayze Field, those are series that you should win. And I know Mississippi State has Bianco's number, but you have to come away getting 4 of these next 6. Have to. First guess is he will pitch again in the Mississippi State series. That would be great. There was a report that Trinidad was in an accident. Tell you that's not true. I have not seen that anywhere. Are you sure you didn't get like Facebook AI'd or anything like that? Because I have not seen that anywhere, and I feel like that would be blasted all over. The NIL being tax-free bill got struck down today. Yes, it did, and I will tell you though. The old 2 things can be true at once. So I was against it. We talked about it on here. We talked about it on the radio show. I was very against it. I don't think the millionaire, a few of them are millionaires, but the extremely well-paid athletes should get a special tax break. It bothered me that that anybody in the legislature spent any amount of time on that. And some of the justification was, well, you know, we're all going to get state income tax taken away eventually anyway. Okay, well, the athletes will get it when the rest of us get it. I never liked that concept. But man, the way it was covered, the overreaction of, oh my gosh, look at what Mississippi's doing, and like all the virtue signaling, I guess, is the appropriate expression for what the reaction to that was. When it didn't become law. It wasn't a bill. The governor didn't sign it. I didn't like it either. But man, how loud was the reaction to that bill being written? And then when it gets struck down, where was the reaction? That's what I'm talking about, guys, with modern media and what it is. It's so just empty. It's so empty. No, you have to come back and revisit that. If you were emotional about it, you don't have to be emotional about this too. But if you gave this big clickbaity emotional reaction to the bill being written, do you not have to also come back and say, hey, I didn't like it, and good on them for striking it down? That was the right move. You didn't see any of that today. But that's what we do. It's just something happens and we clickbait the hell out of it, and we give empty responses to things, and we just move on. And like our brain doesn't even work. It's just emotional reaction without any depth or thought, and we just move on. That's what I thought of when I saw that get shut down today. Was, boy, the reaction sure wasn't there the way it was the first time. But I think there's definitely things to like and complain about with baseball, but I think the real judgment for this team is warranted the next 2 weeks. They went 1-2 at Texas like we thought. Exactly. I mean, I have a lot of there are warts or concern or flaws or whatever, but they did do what you needed them to do in Austin, which was not get swept. Don't get swept on the road. Win your home series. Maybe steal a sweep in there somewhere and you're hosting. So they're okay. They're okay. But these games are super critical. The 3 true outcome brand of baseball is infuriating to watch. Yeah, I mean, you know, the game with the Dominican Republic, I saw people calling it like one of the greatest games of all time and stuff. It's like, are we sure we're not being prisoners of the moment with that? I mean, I enjoyed watching it. It was pretty intense, but I think there's a happy medium between like the pre-dead bat era in college baseball where you're scoring 20 runs a game and a 2-1 final being the greatest game you've ever seen. And I would like a little bit more action, more base hits, a little bit more offense. But, you know, it is what it is. Down to 5 outs now are the Americans in a stadium filled with people rooting against them. That concept drives me nuts. It happens in soccer all the time. The American team dealing with a road crowd, quote unquote, in an American stadium happens all the time in soccer. They're dealing with that right now in baseball. I don't like that concept at all. Any thoughts about the opening round of the NCAA tournament? Honestly, I'm going to have to work hard to get engaged with the NCAA tournament. I will when it happens. Like I will get there, but which, by the way, here, let me drop this in here, guys. Join the Sports Talk Mississippi Bracket Challenge. Hold on, I got to get there. Group. Here we go. Yeah, I'll drop it right here in the YouTube comments. And the password, by the way, is STM Radio. Wait, you guys should be able to click on that or at least copy and paste it. But yeah, and for those of you listening in podcast form, ESPN's Bracket Challenge. So it's on the ESPN platform. The name of the group is Sports Talk space MS space radio. Sports Talk space MS space radio. And the password, lowercase, no spaces, STM Radio. So there you go. Join the bracket group. But I did my annual tradition of mascot fight. So what mascot, and not like the actual mascot, I mean like the team name. So for Alabama, it's not an elephant, it is a tide. You know what I mean? So for Miami, it's hurricanes, or a hurricane, not the ibis, that kind of stuff. So that's how I do my bracket, so I can rub it in people's faces that I win based on mascot fight. But I'll get into it. I'm just not there yet. Is it expected that Kiffin will lock down LSU in the spring while Ole Miss becomes a little more open again like we're seeing? I'm cool with scrapping any silly contests or events like hot dogs. Yeah, that's got to go, man. That's got to go. It served a purpose at the time. It did. I kind of enjoyed watching it. It served a purpose, but you don't have to continue doing those things now that you have somebody different at the top. Like that's not something that has to continue. That's a Lane Kiffin thing. That's a Lane Kiffin brand thing. You don't have to keep doing stuff like that. It's fine to not do that anymore. Hate to be that guy, but Austin Foley needs to sit and try anyone. He has 9 hits in 20 games. It's hard to disagree with that. Raiders of the Lost Ark is your favorite movie? Good guess. As a veteran, thank you for your service, Jeffrey. We appreciate you. I enjoyed Saving Private Ryan. Oh, that's an excellent movie. So well done. I did read about how veterans of Normandy, when they watched that scene, they could smell it because that's how real the scene was, the opening scene in that movie. It's a fascinating read. Some of them, get out, Bryce Harper, get out. He just tied the game. Let's go. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Bryce Harper ties it up. Wow. And they just showed people with a Venezuela jersey jumping up and down cheering. Oh, man. Let's go, Bryce Harper. Oh, man. I hope I'm not going to get copywritten by turning this up. Heck yeah. That was sick. Fire me up, Harper. Pointing at the American flag on his jersey, running around the bases, too. Fire me up. I'm about to hang up on you guys. I got to go. This is amazing. You've never seen Lord of the Rings or Indiana Jones? Is that blasphemy? Yes. If you are into anything that is not like real, it's obviously a fantasy show. There are elves and orcs and stuff like that. Sit down and watch them all. Just do it. Just do it. I think they're going to end up going 3-3 the next 2 weeks. I'm with you there. Random question. If you could bring back an Ole Miss football jersey that is not currently being worn at this moment that you would bring back, I'd bring back the Grays. Sue you. I would not bring back the Grays. Which one would I bring back? How about this? The white with the red letters and red shoulder stripes. Let's bring those back. Baseball games that end with both teams around 5 to 7 runs is a sweet spot for both good offense and pitching to me. I agree completely. Does the Duke Blue Devil have demonic powers? Yes, Duke is my national champion. I think that he could not be defeated even by the Hurricane. So I'll tell you who my Final Four was actually, or I'll do Elite Eight. So Duke beats Cal Baptist to face off Michigan State, who beats Furman. Hawaii beats Arizona to face off against Miami, who beats BYU. Alabama beats St. Louis, who faces off against Iowa State, who beats Virginia. Iowa State loses to Miami, and Duke loses to Vanderbilt, who got there by beating Clemson and Houston beat Illinois to get there. I don't love the Houston over Illinois pick, but hey, Dad made me do that. So No, I see. Finally seeing the chat where you guys saw that. Let's go. Tears of the Sun is a great movie. That is an excellent movie. Man, that scene. So I watched a them breaking down the scenes video from that movie, and the tactic where they're in a line and one would spin out and tap the shoulder to give the illusion that there's more of them than there actually was. And there was soldiers breaking down the movie. They were like, hey, that detail is really impressive. Like they clearly consulted us because we would do that and that. Anyway, very good movie. Also in the super chat, really thank you, man. Really thank you. Really appreciate you. Random question: are we excited for the Spider-Man trailer tomorrow? I'll watch it. I was not into superhero movies until my son got into superheroes, and therefore I am now into the Marvel verse and all that stuff because of him. So yeah, for sure. Really cool. Well, yeah. I mean, we'll go live Thursday after the game on Thursday, and send you into the weekend on a high note. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I really appreciate you as always, and I'll talk to you guys on Thursday night. Thank you. Sorry for getting excited about the World Baseball Classic, being a little distracted, but this is a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I will see you on Thursday.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.